Well, welcome everybody as we are here to bring you another Doniphan football game from East Prairie, Missouri today. I'm Keith Bowman and I'll have the play-by-play here for you, and hopefully you'll tune in to the YouTube on Current River Broadcasting and watch the game here hopefully tomorrow sometime. But the Dons coming in with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses. This is their next to the last game of the season, and they're going to be playing, as I said, East Prairie here at East Prairie. And we've had the coin toss, and looks like the Dons are going to receive the kickoff here, and East Prairie will kick off to the Dons as we start here. And we last week the Dons played down at Charleston. They come up on the short end to Charleston. I believe the score was 40-28, so they've lost 2 in a row after winning a couple of games, and they're 2-3 now on the season. And we're going to have 40-18 was the score. We're going to have McGuire balking back deep for the Dons. I'm going to try to do a little better job of giving you the players on the field tonight. As I said, the other night was the first time I'd done a football game. And big number 78 brought the ball out and teed it up, but maybe he is going to kick off. I know when they played Kennett the other night, I think the biggest player Kennett had was their kickoff man. That is number 70. Was that number 76? Them numbers are hard. I think that's number 76, isn't it? That is Daniel Miranda. And he'll tee it up on the 40-yard line. And as I said, balking back deep for the Dons. He had a kickoff return for a touchdown towards the end of that Kennett game a couple of weeks ago. And Miranda looks like he might be a left-footed kicker. Now he kicks it right with the right foot, and the ball is going to be fielded by number 14 of the Dons. And he's going to bring it back up the middle and get out close to the 45-yard line. That is Hunter LaRue with a nice return as he fielded that ball about the 20. So about a 22-yard return. They're going to mark it at the 42-yard line. And the Dons will be on offense first. And we'll see who Coach Mueller sends out. It's going to be, looks like it might be Devlin Cooper. No, I still have a hard number. No, I guess that's Alex Littrell again. Those numbers are hard to see. And lining up in the backfield will be Jordan White. He had a pretty good game a couple of weeks ago against Kennett, rushing the ball. And Littrell will get under center. The center for the Dons is Colin Friday. And the ball is snapped, handoff to White, and he pushes up the middle and gets a good push from some of his offensive linemen and runs it out to about the 47, 48-yard line, so a gain of about 5 or 6. Good first down gain by the Dons. And that'll bring up about a 2nd and 4 here just underway at East Prairie. And again, Coach Mueller running the plays in and out. Looks like Hunter LaRue and Nakota Amaker will rotate in and out, running the plays in. Amaker splits out to the left side, wide receiver. And again, Littrell under center. Gets the snap. This time he hands it off to number 33, Trey Mills. And he's got a big hole, and he may go all the way here. He's going to get down to at least the 10. No, he's going all the way. Wow, a big hole opened up by the Dons offensive line on that left side. And he took it all the way. So the Dons start off with a 2-play, 58-yard drive, and they grabbed the lead over East Prairie here. And Mills had a big hole. He could have drove a tractor-trailer rig through there, and then he just outrun the rest of East Prairie's players down the field. And the Dons score quickly here in the first quarter to make it 6-0. We only played 57 seconds, so they said they run 2 plays and took the ball 48 yards. And they're going to go for 2 instead of kicking the extra point. Littrell gets the snap, rolls out, option play, and he runs and he gets it into the end zone. Official a little slow on putting it up there, and he just kind of stopped. But so the Dons score on their first drive, get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to take an 8-0 lead over the East Prairie Eagles here at East Prairie. So quickly the Dons strike. As I said, we only played 57 seconds, 2 plays into the ball game, and the Dons get 2 rushing plays. And the last game that we done was against Kennett, the Dons had a little bit of trouble throwing the ball. But if you can run it like that, you don't need to throw it. And Colin Friday will be the kickoff man for the Dons. I think both teams have their biggest or next to the biggest player kicking off, and there's probably a reason for that. They probably think they can kick it deeper down in the other team's end of the field. And let's see, back for... Okay. Matt just handed me a note here that Devlin Cooper is out with a broken collarbone. So he actually played a lot last week. Well, I don't know who's taking his place today, but we wish him well. He'll have plenty of time to heal up before they get the regular season underway next year. East Prairie with a couple of guys back deep. Friday tees it up on the 40-yard line. Steps into it, kicks it down the middle. A bouncer is picked up by number 7. And he's going to get out to about the 32, 33-yard line there. And the Dons do a good job. He only got about 4 or 5 yards on the return. That was number 7. That was Lucas Moore. And the Dons will be on defense for the first time. Actually, they got that to the 36-yard line. About a 4-yard return for Moore. And I've seen about 3 guys out there practicing quarterback for East Prairie when they were warming up. And I believe that's number 18. That is Clark Thurman. And he gets under center. Ball snap, handoff, big hole up the middle, and about a 6-7 yard gain is going to be for number 28, Creed Lindley. And they're going to go no huddle here. They only give him about 5 on that, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 to go. Don scored on their first possession. East Prairie with their first possession of the game now. Thurman hands it off and run over to the right side there. And I think that was Lindley again, and he's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage, I think, or just about at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a half a yard, so that's going to make it 3rd down and 6. Good defense by the Dons. And again, they go no huddle here. And they're looking over to the sideline for the plays from the coach. I don't know what good it does you to go no huddle. It takes so long to get the play in. The play clock's down to 10 seconds already. Now, under center, a pitch out to the left side, and they're going to be running all the way up to the midfield stripe, and just over into Don's territory will be number 7, Lucas Moore, and he'll have the first down for the East Prairie Eagles. And the ball will be placed at the 48-yard line of the Dons. 1st and 10 for East Prairie. Again, Thurman hands it off to number 28, Lindley again, and he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. I believe that's number 56 of the Dons. Michael Turner got the tackle, so basically 2nd and 10 is what they got on the scoreboard, so no gain on that play. And boy, they sure are taking a lot of time. They'd almost seem like to me they'd almost be, well, just go back in the huddle. Pitch out to the right side, and they're going to have a dead ball here. I think they called a penalty before the play. False start going to be on East Prairie, and that'll send them back 5 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and 15.
Those of you who play may not know, Doniphan revives football.
Let's see, the Dons have got number 76, Daniel Miranda, out there on defense. Number 49, I don't see it, number 49. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong team. 49 is Thomas Hawks. Number 76 is Eli Burke. We'll get a couple more of them here in just a minute. 2nd and 15. Ball handed off, and it's going to be... he grabbed a hold of the shirt tail there. Number 3, Cooper Walters was drugged down after just a couple of yard gain there. And it may be 1 yard. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 14. So we'll see if East Prairie goes to the air for the first time here in the ball game. Their quarterback, Clark Thurman, has handed it off every play so far. They've got 1 first down, but it's 3rd and 15 according to the scoreboard. He fades back to pass, rolls out over on the right side, throws it down the field, and it's going to be caught. And all the way down to the 30-yard line is number 44, Blade Turner. And a couple of weeks ago, the Dons had trouble with the other team's passing game, and Turner was wide open on that play. Boy, you hate to give up a first down on 3rd and 15. They spotted at the 29-yard line of the Dons, and East Prairie is driving towards the Dons end zone now. Dons leading 8-0. 5:38 to go in the first quarter. Thurman gets the snap, pitches it back out to number 25. That is Raleigh Archie, and he gets a good gain down to about the 21-yard line. That'll be about a pickup of about 8 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 2. Archie with a 1 back in the backfield. I think it is Archie again, and he gets the handoff, and he gets it down to just about the first down marker right along the 19-yard line. And they may have to measure this one. That's going to be really close. That was Raleigh Archie. And carrying the ball again. And they are going to call, no, they're going to give them the first down. So that's the 3rd first down on this drive for East Prairie. Ball at the 19-yard line. Thurman looks over to the sidelines to get the play from the coaches. And looks at a wristband he's got there with some plays on it. And he gets the one the coach wants and gets under center. Man in motion to the left side. Handoff in the middle. And that's going to be number 7. And he's dragging tacklers with him, Lucas Moore, but he only gets about a yard or 2. Well, the Dons stiffened up a little bit on the defense that time and held him to about a 1 or 2 yard gain. Dons also got number 59 out there. That is Alex Harris. Number 28, Jordan White. Number 2, Gavin Thompson. We'll try to get the rest of them here in a minute. Pitch out to the right side. Got a little bit of a hole. Gets down to about the 15-yard line. That's going to be Raleigh Archie again. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down. It's going to be about 3rd and 6, maybe 7. They spotted it, looks like the 16-yard line. They got to get down to just inside the 10. The Dons need to stiffen up here, make them attempt a field goal or go for it on 4th down, one or the other. Archie back under center. Gets the snap, hands it off, and that's going to be number 7 again, Lucas Moore, and the Dons stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. So that's going to make it 4th down and 6 from the 16-yard line. And East Prairie's going to go for it. A lot of times in high school, especially on a junior varsity team, they're not going to kick too many field goals. And we're going to have a timeout called by East Prairie with 2:37 to go in the first quarter. Both teams running the ball here, so the clock running pretty quickly. East Prairie's got 3 first downs on this first drive, and the Dons only got 1. Actually, they didn't even get 1. They ran 2 plays and had about a 8-yard run by White, and then think it was, what did I say it was, a 52-yard run by Mills, Trey Mills, to give them the 6-0 lead, and then they went for 2 and got it. And now they're going to, East Prairie looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 6 at the Dons 16-yard line. Dons hold them here. They'll get the ball back. Just, I guess, a little under a year now, and the Dons will start varsity play. And the first game is against the Kabul. I don't know if it's at home or at Kabul. I don't know. I haven't seen a schedule or heard anybody say. I did hear Coach Mueller say that they were playing Kabul. I do remember that, but I don't know if it's up there or going to be at Doniphan. They're doing some work on the field. Supposedly going to have it ready by next year. All right, 4th and 6. Don's trying to make a stand and get the ball back. Thurman still at the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, pitches it to number 7, and he's going to be tackled for another loss, and the Dons get him for about a 5-yard loss, and that is number 68, I think, of the Dons, Kevin Shands, who makes a play there. And East Prairie going for it on 4th down, loses 5 yards, and the Dons get the ball back. And we'll have Littrell back in at quarterback. It looks like we got Mills and White. They're going to look a wishbone offense here. I hadn't seen that in a while. That's what the Dons have been running. Hand off to number 2. That is Gavin Thompson, and he's going to pick up about maybe 3 yards on the play out to the 25-yard line. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Dons. Had a 2-play, 58-yard drive on their first possession. They lead 8-0. And we got a minute 55 left in the first quarter. Mills in motion. They hand it off up the middle. White gets through there, and he's still on his feet, and he finally brought down about the 36, 37-yard line, and he'll have another first down. And the Dons are running the ball good here, right up the gut that time, and that was Jordan White that time. So they've used 3 different players. The Dons have had 3, 4, 5 plays so far, and 3 different running backs have run the ball for the Dons, and that's how many guys they've got lined up in the backfield. Littrell gets the snap from Friday. He dropped it, picked it back up, and he'll lean forward for about 2 or 3 yards. He dropped the snap, but was able to pick it up and at least gain a couple of yards. I'm trying to give you the Dons offensive line here. Number 76, Eli Burke. Number 56, Michael Turner. Number 58, Tristan Gettings. 54, Colin Friday's the center. And we'll get the one over on the far side here in just a second. Dons are going from left to right here in the first quarter. Hand off up the middle again, and White with a big hole, and he's going to have another first down as he's going to gain about 12, 13 yards up to right at midfield. And another first down for the Dons. It's hard to see when you're at the side of the field how big a hole that is, but it didn't look like there was a very big hole there. A good blocking up front by the Dons offensive line. Trying to get that other number, 52. That is Derek Brashler, and that's the offensive line for the Dons. Littrell hands it off again, this time to Mills. Same play with it. He run a wall, go for a touchdown, and he has the ball knocked away. And there's going to be a fumble, and I believe they're going to run it back for a touchdown. And it is going to be picked up and run the length of the field. And that'll be about a 55-yarder. That's number 32, Dalton Thomas, who picked up the fumble by Mills. There was that Bond's got a big break there unless he pointed the wrong way, because there was a flag down on the play, and he said he pointed towards the It is. He called holding on East Prairie, I believe. And if that's the case, the Dons will get the ball back. I think he pointed the wrong way. No, he did. He pointed the wrong way. It was holding on the Dons. So the touchdown will count. And I don't know why they went to sidelines here. They've got me confused. The referee, they've got to kick an extra point or go for two here. And both teams are on the sideline. I think Coach Mueller's confused too, the way he's standing with his hands on his hips over there. But the official pointed towards the Eagles that they had a holding call. Now he's calling them back out. So that was a touchdown. And now we'll see if they kick the extra point or if they'll go for two. Looks like Thurman's coming back out, but and now he's now he finally, after about 3 or 4 minutes, he finally tells who that the penalty was on the Dons instead of East Prairie. And they're going to try to kick the extra point, and they're going to have that big boy, number 76, Daniel Miranda, who kicked off for him, trying to make it a 1-point game. He will kick it from the 20-yard line. The ball will be spotted at the 3. East Prairie, a player short on the field goal team, or extra point team. And Miranda, a little bit of a soccer style on this extra point, and his kick is no good, wide right. So the Dons still on top here, 8-6 after the fumble, and the recovery run back for a touchdown for about 50, probably about 53 yards for a touchdown. And the first turnover of the game goes to the Dons. They were actually moving the ball right down the field, so if they hang on to it, they should be in pretty good shape. But turnovers will kill you, just like in basketball. Turnovers kill you in basketball as well. So Miranda will go back down and spot it up at the 40-yard line, kick it off to Balcom or Hunter LaRue, and also back deep on the other side is Gavin Thompson. Down to 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Dons lead 8-6 over the East Prairie Eagles. Kind of a cloudy afternoon here this afternoon, just about Poplar Bluff. It was about cloudy all day, most of the day as well. Sunshine some, but it's a little cloudy out here now. I don't think there's any danger of rain. There's a kickoff, and I think it's going to go out of bounds if they let it go. And it did go out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty. But it goes out of bounds at the 34-yard line, so I don't know in high school where they spot it if you kick it out of bounds. 35, I guess. I think that's what they do in college, too. So he kicked that ball straight over here to the sideline, just barely got to the 35. But now they're going to spot it at the 40. No. What's he doing? Oh, they just call it a 5-yard penalty, I guess, in high school. But it went out of bounds at the 34, so they'll get it at the 39. Littrell back in at quarterback, White behind him. White gets the handoff up the middle again, and he did gain about 5 or 6 yards again, right up the middle for Jordan White. And Don's offensive line doing a nice job blocking up front, making some holes for the running backs.
Second down and 4. And 45-yard line.
It will be 2nd and 4. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. And the Dons lead it here at East Prairie, 8-6 over the Eagles in this junior varsity football game here from East Prairie. Dons scored on their first possession. They went right down the field, a 58-yard drive in 2 plays. And going back the other way, East Prairie drove the ball down to about the 16-yard line and had a 4th and 6. And the Dons tackled them for about a 5-yard loss, and the Dons got it back on downs, and they were driving down the field. And then Trey Mills fumble the ball, and Dalton Thomas run it back for a touchdown. And that's how East Prairie got their 6 points. The Dons went for 2 and got it, and that was on a score by Littrell, took it in himself. And then East Prairie tried to kick the extra point and missed it. So it's 8-6 as we get ready to start the second quarter here at East Prairie. The Dons leading by 2. I want to remind everybody, it won't be too long. The basketball season will be kicking off. It'll be here before you know it. And I think the boys start out at the Current River Challenge again, I think. I'm not really sure if they play on Friday or Saturday yet, but and I'm not sure. I've got the girls and boys scheduled both, but I'm not sure if the girls last year played earlier that week before the Dons played up there, and I'm not sure, but we'll get that lined out for you when time comes. Ball handed off up the middle again. Don's going to get another first down. I think this time it's going to be Trey Mills carrying it, and he needed 4 yards, and he got about 5. And that'll be another first down for the Dons. The ball will be spotted at just inside the 50-yard line of the Eagles. Just underway in the second quarter. Alex Littrell behind that big offensive line. Takes a snap. This time he hands it off to Thompson. Thompson's going to be tackled after about a 1-yard gain. And that's really about the first time that they've stopped the Dons from getting at least 4, 5, 6 yards. Number 3, Cooper Walters, was the one that made the tackle. He may be the littlest guy out there on the field. Gavin Thompson, not a whole lot bigger for the Dons, but Dons have number 20, Wyatt Freeman, in the game now at wide receiver. He's split out wide to the right. Littrell goes right side, pitches it out to Thompson, and he's going to run it down the right side. He's down to the 20, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds down there inside the 20-yard line. And another, that was the option play where the quarterback takes off to one side or the other, and the running back kind of follows him. And he gave it to Tom. Oh, they said he stepped back back up at the 28-yard line. I knew he was pretty close to the sideline, but he did get another first down. And the Dons moving the ball again. They've moved it every time they've had it. Second time they had a fumble, and that cost them. They reverse play to Mills. He's got one man to beat. He gets around him down the left side. 20, 10, 5, and touchdown for Trey Mills as he runs it in from 28 yards. And the Dons get another touchdown, and that puts them up 14-6. And they'll probably go for 2 again. But that was a misdirection play. Mills showed a little speed there as he had one guy to beat and got around him, and then he just ran off and left everybody. So that's his second touchdown. And they will go for 2 from the 3-yard line. 8:45 to go first half. Littrell runs the option, keeps it himself, and he's going to run it in for the 2 points. That's the same play they run on the other end before they changed ends of the field there in the first quarter. So the Dons score another one, and they have a 16-6 lead with 8:45 left in the first half. Well, the Dons have just pretty much run the ball up and down the field. They probably would have had another touchdown if they hadn't have fumbled that ball, and would have been up maybe like 22, 24, nothing if they hadn't lost that fumble, because that's the only way East Prairie has scored so far here in the game. Well, Friday will be kicking off. And again, they'll have Cooper Walters, Raleigh Archie back deep. And up in front of them will be Jacob Sipp. And I can't see what number that is on the other side of the field over there. It looks like number 7, I believe that is. That's Lucas Moore. So a 10-point lead for the Dons. 8:45 to go in the first half. Friday set to kick off. And down the middle it bounces again. It's picked up. Now it's fumbled and the ball loose on the ground. Finally picked up. And, Don's making a nice play there. He almost got through there. And that was number 13, Jacob Sipp. He fumbled the ball and had to go back and pick it up. And when he did, the Dons kind of run past him a little bit, but he did get it back out to the 24-yard line. So that's where East Prairie will start here in the second quarter. And now I think we got a different quarterback in the game. Looks like number 1, Jack Scruggs. And I'm trying to see the running back behind him. I have to wait till the handoff. That's 25. That's Raleigh Archie. Pitch out to the right side. Had him pinned up in the backfield, and they're going to tackle him for about a 3-yard loss. Number 27 for the Dons there, that is Kyle Reynolds, had a chance to make it about an 8-yard loss, but he couldn't quite make the tackle. But still yet the Dons get the tackle back at the about 21-yard line. So that's a loss of 4 yards. That's going to make it 2nd and 14.
At least 2, maybe 3. We're going to call it 2nd down and 13.
Scruggs puts the man in motion, hands it off to Archie, and the Dons stack him up before he gets to the 25. And making the tackle there is number 69 for the Dons. That is Connor Bell. And also number 56, Michael Turner. And that's going to make it 3rd and 13 for the Eagles here. Don's trying to get another stop here, get the ball back with 7.5 minutes left in the first half. Scruggs gets the man in motion again. Rolls out to the left side. He's being chased by the Dons. Now he comes back to the right side, and he's got some running room now. I don't know if he can get to the first down. The Dons doing a nice job there getting back and tackling him up about the 26-yard line, and that's going to leave him about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down. It looked like that he had a bunch of field ahead of him there, but the Dons doing a nice job to get back and keep him from getting the first down. They're going to go for it here.
They got 6 yards to be 4th down.
They got 4th and about 3 in their own territory. Whoa. Okay. Scruggs rolls out to the left side, looking to pass. He's going to run it, and boy, he's right at the marker. And he got hammered there pretty good by one of the Dons over there on the far side. Well, I tell you what, that they may have to measure that one. That's awfully close. And if he didn't make it, the Dons are going to take over in their own territory. I don't think he made it. Looks like to me he's about a football short. They're trying to figure out what to do, and they're probably going to measure it. Referee calls time. That would be a big stop for the Dons. I'm surprised they went for it that deep in their own territory. It looks like to me they're short, but we'll see when they stretch out the chains. He is short. Don stopped him. Great job there on defense. And I really don't know what the East Prairie coach is thinking there, but it's good for the Dons. And coaches walk, oh, now they're going to call it a first down. You got to be kidding me. What, did somebody kick the ball up there? Their coaches walked out on the field and the referee changed his mind. Now Coach Mueller probably not real happy. He's right over by the chains. He was standing right there when they measured it. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't like when they do stuff like that. I mean, my goodness. All right, well, Scruggs still in there, quarterback, as they give him the first down. And it looked like they gave it to him, too, to me, but we'll have to ask Coach Mueller about it later. Scruggs takes a snap, pitches it out to Archie. Archie comes around the right side, and good play there by number 27 of the Dons, and also number 56, number 27, Kyle Reynolds, and Michael Turner make the tackle after about a 3, 4, maybe 4 yard gain. That was our Raleigh Archie. So it'll be second and 4. Looks like it's second and 7. I guess that was a gain of 3. They're awful slow about getting it up on the scoreboard. Still says second. Now they got second and 7. Well, it looked like the Dons had a stop over there on 4th down, and they hand it off to Archie again, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss, and that's back past the original line of scrimmage. And that's Thomas Hawks who makes the good defensive play there in the backfield. And that pushes them back to where it's going to be about a 3rd and 11 now, or maybe, about 3rd and 11. As the clock is down to 5:20 left in the first half. Dons with a 16-6 lead. We'll see if we've not had a pass attempted, I don't think, by either team yet. So we'll see if they pass here on 3rd and 11. They may run it and then go for it again if they don't get it. There's that roll out to the left side again. He's looking to throw, lobs it down the field, and it's going to be caught for a first down. He just kind of flipped that up in the air, and the Eagle player was right in front of the Dons defender. That was number 12 defending Hunter Roberts. And couldn't see the number of the player that caught the pass, but that's going to give East Prairie a first down. So the first pass of the game is a completion. Actually, that's the second one. East Prairie completed one on that first drive. So they're 2 for 2 on their passes. Ball at the 46-yard line, and the ball's dropped in the backfield. He's going to pick it up, and a man wide open down the field, but he overshoots him, and he had a guy all the way down about the 30-yard line, way behind the Dons defense, and he had a man open about the 42-43-yard line, and he shot it right in between them. Well, the Dons kind of catch a break there as the quarterback there, Scruggs, dropped the snap, and that kind of messed the whole play up. That'll make it 2nd and 10. The clock stopped here on the incomplete pass. Ball at the 46-yard line of East Prairie. And a handoff in the middle to little guy, number 3, Cooper Walters, and he runs it up the middle there as he slithered his way through for about probably a 7-yard gain. And that gets it into Don's territory at the 48-yard line. He's got to get to the 45 for first down. 3rd down. Nope, face mask penalty. They just called a 5-yarder, so it wasn't a personal foul. So that's going to give East Prairie a first down on the penalty on the Dons. Well, that moves it to the 43-yard line and a 1st and 10 for East Prairie. Scruggs gets the man in motion, hands it off up the middle. And again, number 56 for the Dons, Michael Turner, makes a nice play as he tackles number 28, Creed Lindley, back in the ball game. And that goes down to the 39-yard line. So that was about a 4-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and 6 for East Prairie. And again, they run over to the left side. Now he brings back to the right side, and they're going to have a penalty, I believe. That'll probably be a false start penalty, illegal motion out on East Prairie. And that will push them back 5 yards. 5 yards, that's a dead ball foul. That'll bring the ball back to the 44-yard line and make it a 2nd and 11 now instead of 2nd and 6. 2nd and 12. Dons lead 16-6 with 3:57 left in the first half. East Prairie's driving the football now. Dons have done a real good job on 1st and 2nd down and even 3rd down a couple times, but they've let them get away on 4th down a time or two and then a couple times on 3rd down. Roll out to the right side, and a pass is going to be almost caught. But I tell you what, Kyle Reynolds leveled Jack Scruggs, the quarterback, just about the time he let go of the ball. And it's probably a good thing because that ball was just underthrown just a hair. That probably would have been at least a first down and maybe more. So that makes, this is third down and 12. Let's see if they've started passing a little bit here lately. Scruggs pitches it to number 7 Moore, and he's going to be tackled way back there. Yeah, I guess they end up calling it about the line of scrimmage. So that makes it 4th and 12, and I'm sure they'll go for it again because they're too far out for a field goal. They're actually at the 45-yard line of the Dons. So they're going to go for it again on 4th and 12. They've got one. Well, they got one gave to them, I think. And the other time, the Dons stopped them. Scruggs rolls out to the right side, looking down the field, throws it down the field, and incomplete. And the pass intended for number 44, Blade Turner. And the Dons will take over on downs as they hold East Prairie at the 45-yard line. So they'll have it at their own 45. And they've scored a couple of touchdowns and a couple of two-point conversions so far and lead 16-6. Got 2 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the first half to see if they can get some more points on the board. Littrell comes out to lead the Dons offense. Takes a snap, hands it off to Mills, I believe, and he's stopped after a couple yards, maybe 3. 2nd and 7, clock running here. Down to 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Wyatt Freeman comes way out wide to the left here for the Dons on this 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line. Littrell pitches and the ball's fumbled, and it's going to be picked up by East Prairie, and they're going to run it back the other way. They're going to get another touchdown on a misplay by the Dons as he runs it down. And Littrell held on to that ball way too long, and he tried to pitch it right through 2 players. And I'm not really sure that wasn't a forward pitch, and if it was, it should have been an incomplete pass, but they're not going to call it that way. It looked like he was trying to throw it forward, and if he pitches it, that should be an incomplete pass, but they're not going to call it that way. So East Prairie, again, capitalizes on the Dons' mistake. Dons have made 2 turnovers, and East Prairie scored on both of them at the point of the turnover, at the time of the turnover. This time they're going to go for 2 points. That makes the score 16-12. Well, they can't make those kind of mistakes. All they had to do, if nothing else, just run the rest of the clock out. Scruggs hands the ball off and running it right up the middle is number 28, Creed Lindley, and he gets a 2-point conversion. And that makes the score 16-14. And that's a big turnaround of events there as the Dons had the ball in a good field position and could have built on a 16-6 lead, and instead East Prairie gets a score, and it's 16-14 with 2:06 left in the first half. The Dons will get another crack at it here, but that's a big mistake by the Dons. I think if we had instant replay, they would have called that an incomplete pass. So even if you flip it in front of you, if it's flipped overhanded like that was, it's supposed to be an incomplete pass if it goes down, but they just called it a fumble. Miranda will kick off again. He only takes about 2 steps back away from the football. He may be going to try an onside kick. Well, he's going to kick it down. Going to be fielded, dropped, and falling on it will be number 11 for the Dons, Dakota Amaker. And high school is like college. If you go down, you're down without anybody touching you. If your knee touches or any part of your body goes down. So the Dons will have it. All the players standing on the sideline have a hard time seeing the yard lines. It's about the 30-yard line, I believe.
When he did get possession, see you on the ground, so the ball was staying at that point.
They got 20 on the scoreboard, but that's the 30-yard line, I believe. All right, let's see what the Dons do here in this last 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Sure don't want to turn it over again, let them take the lead here. They've scored 2 times on 2 turnovers. Littrell's going to keep it. He's going to take it up the right side, outside of the tackle there. And he gets about 5 yards on the play, maybe 6. Dons go back to the huddle, so they're not in any hurry here. I'm sure that's one thing that later Coach Mueller will work on when you get down close to the time running out in the half. When you try to score here, but they just let about 30 seconds run off the clock. Littrell hands the ball off, and again, another nice gain by Mills, I think. And he gets it up to right around the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down. According to my count, both teams have 6 first downs in this first half, and I may have missed some because once I get started, there's 1:14 left, and somebody called timeout. I guess East Prairie did because the Dons were going to the line of scrimmage. So with 1:14 to go in the first half, Dons have the ball at the 42-yard line, at their own 42. Now they're calling them back out. I think this officiating crew is having a little bit of trouble out there tonight. So they're going to go ahead and play. Now they got 12 minutes on the clock. It's supposed to be 1:14 is what they had before they. If they didn't call a timeout, the clock should have kept running too, but they got 1:19. I guess that's close enough. That's what they're going to leave it at. Okay, Littrell up to the line of scrimmage. Takes a handoff. He's passing, and he throws it too far, trying to hit number 14, Hunter LaRue. LaRue kind of stopped on him there. I don't know if it was that one of them where you just run down and stop and try to run the defender back, but Littrell overshot him, and that's the first pass attempt for Littrell in the ball game. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball at the 42-yard line of the Dons. Back in the first quarter, they had a 42-yard. Had the ball at the 42-yard line on the other end, going the other way, and Trey Mills run one in for 58 yards. Now the Dons are going to take a timeout. I believe that's their first timeout here in the first half. 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. Dons have scored 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. Both teams have scored a touchdown in each quarter so far. East Prairie got a touchdown in the first quarter and missed the extra point, and then got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here in the second quarter, and that's gives us a score. We got 16-14 Dons. The Dons come back out to the field with a 2nd and 10. 1:12 to go. Don't want to make another mistake here. You're better off going in the locker room up by 2 than you are losing it again like they have a couple of times here in the first half. Littrell gets the snap from Friday, pitch out to the right side, and a big hole down the right sideline. And that looks like that is Thompson again, and he runs it all the way down to almost the 40-yard line on the other side of the field of East Prairie. So a big gain there. That is about a 17, 18-yard gain down to the 41-yard line. And the Don's only used 6 seconds off the clock as he went out of bounds over on the far side. I think I might run that play another time or two because Thompson twice has really got big gains running around the right side there. This time he comes to the left side. Pitches it to Mills. He's got a big hole. Cuts back into the middle. All the way down, and he's going to be... No, he was tackled. Now they finally get him after getting inside the 20-yard line with 55 seconds left. And another big run, this time down the left side. Again, it's a rollout by the quarterback and that run pass option. And he flips it to the running back trailing. This time it was Mills. He takes it all the way down to the 18-yard line. The Dons close here. They still got 55 seconds left. Going to have to hurry, though. Littrell hands it off. Thompson up the middle. And he's going to get down to about the 12 or 13. So the Dons going to have to hurry or take another timeout. And Coach Mueller is going to take another timeout. 39 seconds left. And the Dons will have it about the 12-yard line. And I can't remember 2 weeks ago at Kennett who kicked for them. They tried to cup an extra point or two. Well, if they run out of time here and have to try to kick a field goal. I believe they've got one more timeout left. So they can run another one if they don't get it in the end zone and call another timeout. But again, the Dons doing all their damage on the ground. Littrell has tried one pass and he's over. And I know that's something they're probably really going to work on between now and next year. You're just about going to have to complete some passes to keep the other team honest, or they're just going to load up all 11 guys up there around the line of scrimmage. The Dons have done a good job blocking here in the first half. Littrell rolls out, throws a pass, and he overshoots Trey Mills down there around the goal line. He rolled out to the right side, and he's a left-handed passer. That's kind of a hard pass to make. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 5 at the 12-yard line. 35 seconds left in the first half. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Let's see if they pass again or if we try to run it. There's a reverse play to Mills. Breaks a tackle. He's going to get down to about the 10-yard line, and he fumbled it. I think they're going to say he was down by contact. And he's short of the first down. Oh, they call a penalty? Yep, flag down out there, and I think he called holding on the Dons. That's going to hurt. Going to push him back 10 yards. We'll see if they accept the penalty because he's not got a first down, but he's only going to be a yard or two short, I think. And again, the officials look like they're having a hard time figuring out what to do. I think they're going to mark it off now. Yep, they're going to take the penalty, so the Dons will have it about the 22-yard line. And it should be 3rd and 15. That play did not count. It'll be 3rd down. Dons use their last timeout. Well, I tell you what they could do here. Just throw it into the end zone. You got 2 plays to play with. If it's only 3rd down, just make sure you get it into the end zone. If it's incomplete, do it again because there's only 18 seconds left. East Prairie going to have a hard time going the length of the field with probably less than 10 seconds left after a couple plays. So, all right, ball at the 22-yard line. Littrell gets the snap, rolls over to the right side. A little short pass, and White drops it. It's going to be incomplete. He was pressured there into that throw. He wanted to throw the ball farther down the field, I'm sure, but, well, 4 seconds run off the clock. And I'm sure the Dons will go for it here because, like I said, you run another play here, they're probably going to be inside 10 seconds, even if they don't get a first down or get the ball in the end zone. It's still 16-14 Dons. They scored early in the first quarter and early in the second quarter. And they've been moving the ball. Just hadn't been able. A couple of turnovers has really hurt their effort here. They would be up maybe by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Littrell back to pass, throws it down the middle, and he underthrows Trey Mills, and that's going to turn the ball over with 10 seconds to go on downs. Well, no, they got me somewhere. It's just now 4th down, I guess. That should have been turning the ball over, I'm pretty sure. I think the referees, they're going to get another play here. I don't know how come. Because that was 4th down when they, 3rd down when they took the penalty. Littrell back to pass. Throws it down there. Man, wide open, and he's going to score on the left with 5 seconds to go. I think that's Gavin Thompson. And Littrell completes his first pass with 5 seconds to go in the first half, and it's for a touchdown. And that was a good-looking pass there. Had a good spiral on it and hit Thompson right where he needed to. And that's going to up the Dons' lead. And they will go for 2. Trying to make it 20. It's 22-14 now. Now the officials are having a discussion. I'm telling you, they're having a hard time tonight. I don't know what's going on. The Dons are already up at the line of scrimmage, and the referees are all out of position, and the officials. East Prairie coach out on the field. I don't know what's going on here, but they never have put the score for the Dons up on the board either. Now the officials are getting into their position. Well, they called a personal foul on East Prairie, which that's not going to help much of anything right now. They'll assess it on the kickoff, and only 5 seconds left. All right, Dons line up for their third 2-point conversion of the game. Littrell has scored on the first 2, and he's going to do it again, I believe. Nope, he's not going to make it. Oh, they did. He did make it. Official on the far side held up his hand, so Littrell gets another 2-point conversion, his 3rd one of the night. And why they? Oh, there they go. 24-14 is the score now. As Dons have scored 16 points here in the second quarter, and they lead 24-14 with 5 seconds left. They'll have to kick off here. And now would be a good time for one of those squib kicks down the middle where it bounces around and make them have a hard time coming up with it. I still don't know what the officials are doing. I mean, they're standing down there at the goal line. They sure have got me confused. I know that. I don't know. I guess they know what they're doing out there, but so Friday will have to kick off one more time. Colin Friday will kick off for the Dons. 5 seconds left in the first half, and the Dons leading 24-14 on the strength of 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions. The Dons have turned the ball over twice, and that has led to the 14 points that East Prairie has. Or this could really be a really wide margin at halftime here. Friday sets it up on the tee, and he kicks it, and again he bounces it down the middle, and it's bobbled a little bit, then picked up, and that is number 1. That is Jack Scruggs, and he's tackled at about the 27-yard line, and that's going to end the first half. And the Dons had a good one there. They lead at 24-14 at halftime over East Prairie. Could have been better, but I'm sure Coach Mueller will take that heading into the locker room here at halftime. Actually heading down to the end of the field. They did that at Kennett too. I don't guess they have locker rooms here at the football field. Anyway, 24-14 is our halftime score. Dons lead here at East Prairie, and we'll be back with the second half shortly. All right, we're set for second half action here at East Prairie. Keith Bowman back here with the Dons leading 24-14, and East Prairie will have the first possession of the second half. Dons got a touchdown and a two-point conversion in the first quarter, two two-point conversions in the second quarter. Kennett got a touchdown and missed the extra point in the first quarter, and a touchdown and two-point conversion in the second quarter. And that gives us our 24-14 score. And we're ready to start the third quarter. And East Prairie will have the first possession as Colin Friday set to kick off for the Dons. They have Walters back deep. And I think that is Moore over on the far side. Walters and Moore deep. Friday's had a hard time getting it all the way back to the deep guys in this game. He steps into it, bounces it up the middle, and it's picked up by number 13, I think. That is Jacob Sipp, and he brings it out to about the 39-yard line. So that's where East Prairie will start here in the third quarter. The only thing bad about those up men picking that up, it always gives the other team good field position. They need to get to where they can kick that ball over the heads of the back to the deep guys and make them run a little bit farther up the field. Let's see, we got 18 back in the here at quarterback, Clark Thurman. He's under center. Takes the snap, and he hands it off to number 7, Lucas Moore, and he is met there by number 69 of the Dons, Connor Bell. And that is about a 2-yard loss back to the 37-yard line. That wind picking up a little bit, trying to blow my papers away here. So it'll be second down and 12 from the 37-yard line. The Dons have really played good defense here today, or tonight, to this evening and tonight. They've given up 14 points, but both of them were on turnovers by the offense. So the defense hasn't given up any scores yet. And man in motion, and we're going to have a illegal procedure or false start penalty against the Eagles, I believe. Now again, offsides against the Dons. They never call that. If they get back on side on time, if the offense moves, I'm a little skeptical about this officiating crew. The Dons player got back on sides, and then the offense moved about 3 or 4 of them. It should have been a illegal procedure penalty, but that moves it up to the 42-yard line, and it will be 2nd and 7 now. And the ball dropped by the quarterback, and he has to fall on it. That is Clark Thurman. That's the second or third time tonight that he has dropped the snap and had to fall on it. And that brings it back to the 40-yard line. And that's going to make it about 3rd down and 9 now. As when he dropped it, he just fell straight on the ball and saved the turnover. And the East Prairie coach is hollering and screaming about something at the official, and I don't know what's going on. Now the official calls a timeout, not on either team, but this must be the head coach down here in the black shirt, because he's about to have a hissy fit down there. I don't know what happened, but his player dropped the ball. That's the problem. Handoff. And around the outside and up to midfield, excuse me, the 45-yard line, just over the 45. It's going to be just a little bit short of the first down, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. It looks like about 2 yards. The ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line. That is on East Prairie side of the field at the 46. So they're going to go for it. They've made a couple tonight, and then one time they didn't make it. Dons need to stiffen up here. You know they're going to run it, or probably they haven't thrown very much at all. And a pitch out, and cutting back into the center, big hole up the middle and all the way down to the 45-yard line of the Dons with number 28, Creed Lindley. I'm sorry, number 25, Raleigh Archie. And that gives them a first down. At the Dons 45. Once he got through the first line of defense there, he had a pretty good hole and ended up picking up a few yards extra. Thurman hands it off, and this is number 7, Lucas Moore, and he's going to get a couple before he's tackled over there by Hunter Roberts of the Dons. And he picked up about 2 or 3 yards on that play. They line the ball up at about the 42.5-yard line, so it's going to be about a 2nd and 7 for East Prairie. We're down 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Dons lead 24-14. Handoff again, and again that's number 25, Archie, and he is tackled back about the 44, 45-yard line. And this time he is brought down by number 56, Michael Turner of the Dons. I've called his name quite a few times tonight. Dons have some pretty good-sized boys on the defensive front line there. Their defensive tackles and defensive ends are pretty good size. That's going to make it 3rd and 9, ball at the 44. Man in motion. Archie rolls out. He's going to get hit from behind, and he's going to be tackled and sacked back at the 45-yard line of East Prairie. Number 28, Jordan White, who blitzed from the outside on the right side, and the quarterback, Thurman, had his back to him the whole time and never even seen him coming. And that's going to make it 4th and about 20. And again, they're going to go for it. We haven't had a punt in this game. Maybe they don't have a punter. I don't know. But Dons give up a first down here. Coach Mueller's going to be really upset. Flip out. Pitch back. And another tackle for a loss. Lose 2 more yards. And that time, I believe that was Jordan White again, I think, that got that tackle. And that's going to turn it over to the Dons on downs, and they've got it in their own territory at the 44-yard line as they lost another yard on that play. And the Dons defense stands tall there, and they take over on downs. East Prairie had it for about 4 minutes and 24 seconds and ended up only picking up about 10 yards on that whole, less than 10 yards on that whole 4.5 minutes, but they lost a bunch of yards on the last couple of plays. Handoff up the middle, and it's going to be White, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards. Got the handoff from Littrell. Jordan White does pick up 3 as he gets the ball to the 40-yard line. Actually, almost 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Dons with a 10-point lead. We're almost halfway through the third quarter. 5:05 to go. Colin Friday comes up over the ball, and he's going to hike it to Littrell. Littrell hands it off, and that is Gavin Thompson, I think, and he got a big gain. Oh, that's number 32. Huh? He hasn't been in a game for the Dons, has he? Tristan LaRue, and he got the ball all the way down to the 22-yard line as he picked up about 20 yards on that play. The Dons have run the ball extremely well here tonight. And it's a good thing because their passing game, there hadn't been much of one. They did get one touchdown pass from Littrell to Gavin Thompson back in the second quarter, but Don's threatening again here at the 22-yard line of East Prairie. Handoff. No, Littrell fakes it and keeps it, and he's going to get it inside the 20 to about the 19. Let's see, Littrell is a 6 foot, 186-pound sophomore. And there's very few times that he keeps the ball and runs it himself, but with that 3 running backs in the backfield, and if he's able to run it a little bit himself, that basically puts 4 running backs back there, and it makes it hard to figure out which one's got the ball. Littrell hands it to Thompson, and he's got a nice gain up the middle. He's going to get down inside the 15, and he should be pretty close to the first down, I think. Depends on where they spot it. Looks like about the 14. And they got to get just inside the 12. So by 3rd and 2. That clock continues to run. All this rushing the football, no passes, no incomplete passes. That clock hardly ever stops. Third down and 2 for the Dons. Littrell under center. Hands it off, and we got a flag. A nice run there by Mills. Now he just stops in the middle of the play. I guess they did blow it dead. Well, that's going to hurt the Dons. That's going to be an illegal procedure. And that's going to push them back 5 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd and about 7 or 8 now. Those are killer penalties there when you got a 3rd and real short, and you don't even get the play off. That will bring the ball back to the. Where do they spot that? They spot that at the 19-yard line, I guess. Okay, it'll be about 3rd and a little over 7. We'll call it 8. Don's about 19 yards away from the end zone. Littrell rolls out, pitches it outside behind Thompson. He drops it. Ball's loose on the ground, and we'll have to wait and see who they say got it. I think Littrell might have come up with it, and they're going to say it's 4th down. So, again, the Dons lose more yardage. And I guess we'll go for it again. We haven't had any punts all night long, but it's going to be, yeah, they lost about a couple of yards on that. I think that's going to make it about 3rd and 10, or 4th and 10, excuse me. We'll see if Littrell wants to put it up in the air. He rolls out, passes, and the ball goes through the hands of Nakota Amaker, and the Dons will turn it over on downs unless I've got it wrong again. Now, they call another penalty on the Dons. If it was a dead ball foul, they have to take the penalty. And it must have been. They're going to take it back, so the Dons will get another play, but then it'll be about 3rd and 15, 4th and 15. So the Dons are going the wrong direction. They're going like East Prairie did when they had the ball a while ago. So 4th and 15. Got to get the ball down to about the 11-yard line for first down. Littrell rolls out, throws the ball down the field, and almost intercepted. Good play there by Cooper Walters as he was on Nakota Amaker, and that will give the ball back to East Prairie on downs. Even though he didn't complete that pass, I'm liking the way that Littrell's throwing the ball a little bit better tonight. He seems like he's got a little better spiral on the ball. And if you throw the ball and it's not spiraling, that takes a lot of the distance off of it. If he threw that a little bit farther out in front, the Dons might have had a touchdown. Oh, East Prairie gets it back with 1:51 to go in the third quarter. Dons still leading 24-14. Neither team has scored here in the third quarter. And we'll see who's back in at quarterback. It looks like it is Thurman. They've rotated by quarters so far. Thurman drops back to pass. Passes in the middle, and ball dropped by number 3, Cooper Walters, and then he is plastered out there. If he'd have hung on to it till he got hit, I don't think he would have hung on to it. 2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 26 or 27-yard line. The yard markers on this field are very, very dim. You can't hardly see them. And the ball dropped again by the quarterback. And Thurman really having a hard time hanging on to that ball back there, and he drops on it again. That big loss there of about, looks like about 5 yards maybe. About 3rd and 15. And again, the officials is slowing the game up here for some reason. I have no idea what they're doing. All right, 3rd and 14 is what they got on the board. And Thurman drops back to pass, looks down the field, lobs it up in the air, and it's intercepted by the Dons, and that is number 59, I believe. 59, boy, again, that's Alex Harris. And Dons get an interception, and that'll be the first turnover on East Prairie. And the Dons will have it pretty deep in their own territory. I mean, in East Prairie territory, with 1:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Alex Harris with the interception. He's one of their linemen, I think, but he dropped back in pass coverage on that, and he got the interception. Clock running with 50 seconds left. Littrell hands it off, and after about a 3-yard gain, that is Jordan White. He is tackled by East Prairie right at the 30-yard line. Sorry, I'm getting these yard lines wrong, but if I don't look over to the side, and they don't have the 45 and 35, they just have 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 marked on the sides. They're marked on the field, but you just barely can't see them. Reverse play. Mills outside again. Little hesitation move down to the 20, inside the 20, and another first down for the Dons. And that misdirection play the Dons have run have worked very, very well tonight. And Mills piling up some yards out of the running back spot. Getting close to the end of the 3rd quarter. They spot that ball at the 18-yard line of East Prairie. And it looks like we got another flag down over there on the far side. Here we go again. First of all, they pointed at East Prairie. Now they're changing it against the Dons. I think it was a personal foul. Coach Mueller's going to have a fit over there if they don't quit doing that. I don't know what happened. I didn't see the play. It must have been after the play, but these officials, they're just really struggling. We heard at halftime one of the East Prairie fans right here in front of us say that they weren't pleased with them either. They need about 4 more out there the way they've been calling the game. So that I guess it'll be from the end of the run. My goodness. I'm beginning to think this is the first game these guys have ever done. And now we're marking it off. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, which will bring the ball back out to the 33-yard line. It'll still be, I think, a first down and 10 because it was after the play, I think. Yeah, they put the yard markers at the 33-yard line, so they're still talking. I think that one official was wanting to put the yard marker, first down marker back down there, but it was after the play, so it shouldn't be. Jeez. Oh my gosh. This is pathetic. Finally, we're going to play here. Clock running. Don's going to have to hurry to get off the play. They do. Pass down the middle. And is it caught? Yeah, good catch there by Trey Mills. And he picks up about 9 or 10 yards on the last play of the third quarter. So as we head to the fourth and final quarter here, the Dons still on top, 24-14. Neither team managed any points that quarter. And the Dons will have the ball, look like about a 2nd and 1. When we start the fourth quarter, they're got to switch ends of the field here. So the Dons will be going from left to right here in the fourth quarter. And they got a 10-point lead with 10 minutes to play. And they're threatening to score again. If they can keep from having the penalties here, they might be able to get it in the end zone again here at the start of the fourth quarter. Dons have 2 touchdowns from Trey Mills and 1 from Gavin Thompson. Mills have both been rushing touchdowns. One of them a 58-yard run. And Thompson's was a touchdown pass from Alex Littrell. And the 2 scores that East Prairie have are from fumbles by the Dons offense that they've run back for touchdowns. So the Dons defense has really played well here tonight. Got a chance to build on the lead here as we start the fourth quarter. Littrell with a 2nd and 1. Hands the ball off to number 32. That is Tristan LaRue, and he's going to have a first down. He picks up a few yards. They're down at the far end of the field here. Kind of hard for me to see where they got the ball at. Looks like it's about somewhere around the 20-yard line. Is that where it's at, 20-yard line? I thought they were inside the 20 when they started. Must have been inside the 25. All right, 1st and 10, right around the 20-yard line for the Dons. Littrell going to take it himself, and he's going to get tackled after about a 2 or 3 yard gain. That time he didn't pitch it, he kept it himself, and probably would have been better off if he would have pitched it. Just underway in the fourth quarter, we're at East Prairie, Missouri, East Prairie High School, and the Dons lead 24-14. And getting close maybe to scoring again here at the start of the fourth quarter. 2nd down. Actually, he got 4 on that play according to the scoreboard. Nearing 9 minutes to play. Littrell hands it to White right up the middle. And another good gain. And one of the officials goes down on that play. And he's going to have another first down. And he's going to be inside the 10-yard line. I think he's down around the 5. Why is this so hard for me to see down there, Matt? I think he's on the 5-yard line, I think. Well, the Dons 5 yards away from getting in the end zone. Littrell hands it off to White up the middle again, and he bulls his way down. And they're going to say, I think he's a little bit short of the end zone. Either one of the outside officials raised their hands. They're right there at the goal line, though. Both of them look like they're both inside the 1 yard line. Well, the Dons need about a half a yard.
He goes Tristan LaRue, you carry.
Second down, ball inside the 1 yard line. Littrell takes a snap, quarterback sneak, and he scores. He runs it in easily. Wasn't much defense there to hold him out, and he scores to make it 30-14. And we'll see if the Dons go for 2 again or if they'll try to kick an extra point here with 8:08 to go, and that lead up to 16 points now. And they're going to go for 2. So far, every time, Littrell has scored himself. He rolls out. He's going to pass out over on the side, and they said he dropped the ball, I guess. Kind of hard. Way over on the far side of the field. He had it caught, and then he dropped it as he went to the ground. So the 2-point conversion is no good, but the Dons do get 6 points on the board. And they lead it 30-14 with 8 minutes and 8 seconds left in the ball game. So after they got the ball on the interception from Alex Harris, they take it in from, I think it was 38 yards out, I believe. So East Prairie quickly gets out there and lines up in their kick return. And Colin Friday will be kicking off for the Dons. He'll tee it up at the 40-yard line. Again, they've got Walters and I think Lucas Moore back. And the ball's kicked over on the sideline. Boy, that was not a good kick at all, and that goes out of bounds, so they'll have it at the 40-yard line. That ball didn't go but about 20 yards. Boy, they got to work on that kicking game. He's big enough. He ought to be kicking that ball down at least around the 20-yard line anyway. So East Prairie will get it at the 40 as the ball was kicked out of bounds. Now he put that on the 35. Didn't they put that on the 40 a while ago in the first half when they done that? Well, he's setting it on the 35, so that's where East Prairie will start. Let's see who they've got back in at quarterback here. Got number 1 back in there for the fourth quarter, Scruggs, Jack Scruggs. Scruggs is going to be tackled. Did he drop the ball again? I can't. Now another fumble center, snap from the center. And it's a good thing because this wide receiver out here on the right, on the left side, number 9 is that? Luke Triplett, he was running down the field. There wasn't a Don nowhere around him. They say it dropped it right at the line of scrimmage and got back on top of it. So Scruggs drops back to pass, rolls out to the left side, and he's going to be tackled for a big loss. It's going to be number 36, Wyatt Kelly for the Dons. And I mean a big, big loss as Scruggs just kept running into that. And he was running where he was going to have to throw across his body. A right-hander rolling to the left side is about as bad as a left-hander rolling to the right side. And he got sacked. Big, big loss. I believe the ball's at the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 20. They got to get out to the 45. Clock running with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game. Scruggs puts a man in motion, pitches to him, going around the right side, and he's going to be tackled over there after about actually he's going to lose yardage again, I think. If anything, he got back to the line of scrimmage. That was Lucas Moore. And again, it's 4th down, way back in their own territory. And I guess they're going to go for it again. And if they don't get it, the Dons are going to have it on their doorstep here, getting in scoring again. He got back to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down and 20. And East Prairie is going to call a timeout with 6:15 to go and 4th down and 20.
22 yards for him.
This is one of those plays that you have to jerk a rabbit out of a hat here to get a first down on. Well, the Dons have scored in every quarter. They've scored 4 touchdowns in the game. They've scored in every quarter but the third. And scored 1 touchdown in the first quarter, 2 in the second, and 1 so far here in the fourth. And if they hold them here, they got a real good shot at maybe getting another one on the board before the game's over. It's 4th down and 20, and I think they're going to go for it. And if they don't get it, Don's are going to be in there deep in East Prairie territory. The ball right now, it looks like, is about the somewhere around the 25-yard line. The scoreboard says 4th and 20. They got to get to the 45, so I guess it's at the 25-yard line. Scruggs under center for East Prairie. No, they're going to punt. I'm sorry. And the punter drops the ball, and he's going to have to try to run with it, and he's going to be tackled. And the Dons are going to get the ball way down there around the 10-yard line somewhere as the punter, the first time either team has tried to punt tonight, and that was number 44, Blade Turner, I believe, and he just flat out dropped the snap. It was a good snap. And the Dons will have the ball right around the 10-yard line, I think. And that's 10 yards away from scoring again. It's so hard to see, but I'm pretty sure it's a 12-yard line. About the 12-yard line. So they will have a chance. Can get another first down without scoring then. And let's see, we got a new quarterback in, I believe, for the Dons. Hunter Roberts is in at quarterback. He takes a snap, hands it off, and that's going to be number 36, Wyatt Kelly, and he's tackled pretty quickly. And the official blows a whistle. We got a illegal procedure penalty against the Dons. Well, the Dons have got some different players out there on the field right now, so they're going to take the penalty and move it back 5 yards. That's 6 minutes and 4 seconds left in the ball game. Looking pretty good for the Dons, getting their third win of the season. They got one more game left, I think Matt said, at Scott City. And they could actually end up with a winning record. Kelly gets the handoff again, gets a couple of yards up the middle. I said Hunter Roberts is in the game. He is a, let's see, 5'8", 127-pounder. $30 to 14 Dons. Ball at about the 15-yard line. 2nd and 13. Roberts takes a snap, and he's going to throw, and the pass is incomplete. Good throw there, but Wyatt Freeman got hit just about time the ball got there by one of the East Prairie defenders and jarred it loose. So it'll be 3rd and 13. That was a pretty good throw, though.
Third down, 13.
5 minutes, 22 seconds left. The clock stopped on the incomplete pass. And the Dons line up with Roberts at quarterback. Kelly in the backfield. And Roberts keeps it himself and gets a couple of yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down. And Don's going to go for it. They haven't done much with this muffed fumbled punt where the punter fumbled it and they sacked him back there and got the ball at the 12. They've actually went backwards a little bit. Clock running now with 4:45 left in the game. 4th down and 11 for the Dons. Roberts fakes the handoff. Now he hands it off, and a big hole, and we're going to have a touchdown, I think, there by number 2, Gavin Thompson, as he broke a couple of tackles. And Dons score again, and that makes it 36-14. Good run there by Gavin Thompson. A little 5'4", 136 pounds, but he got through there and broke a couple tackles and makes it 36-14 in favor of the Dons. They line up to go for 2 points again. Roberts drops back to pass. Now he throws it, and it's going to be intercepted, I think. So the 2-point conversion fails, and the Dons lead 36-14 with 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Well, the Dons are going to improve here to 3-3. Matt, is that right? 3-3 on the season, and got a chance to have a winning record here if they can win that game next week at Scott City. And that would be a good feather in their cap going into starting their varsity season next year. I was talking to Matt a little bit earlier. I checked the other day, and we had almost 300 views on our last game that we done. And appreciate you folks checking out the Dons and seeing what they're trying to do here, trying to get things done to where they can get started on that varsity season next year. And this time we got a different kicker. That number 27, Kyle Reynolds, is going to kick off this time. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can get one down to one of those deep receivers, or at least close to him. Now he bounces it up the middle, but it bounces all the way over to the back receiver, and that's number 3, Walters. He gets outside. Now he's hemmed in, goes back over to the other side, and he's still on his feet, and he's up the middle, and the Dons finally get him. I think he ran about 50 yards to gain about 20 there, but a nice return by Cooper Walters. East Prairie will have the ball at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 with 4:18 to go. The Dons up by 22. Let's see, they've still got Scruggs in at quarterback. He hands it off. And going on the outside and getting a few yards over there. I think it's number 25, I believe. It's Archie, Raleigh Archie. And he did pick up about 5. We'll make it a 2nd down and about 5. 3:45 to play. And a double handoff there, and the Dons get him for about a 3-yard loss as Archie handed it off to, I think that was Moore, and then Moore handed it off to Walters, and Don's done a nice job there. Usually when it changes hands that many times, it's hard to keep up with who has the ball, but Don's got it, and they push him back to the 45-yard line. And it's going to be about a 3rd and 7 or 8. Scruggs back to pass. He rolls out to the left side again, throws it up, and knocked away. Good defensive play by Hunter Roberts of the Dons as he was on Gage Gifford of East Prairie, knocked it away. I don't know why they keep rolling out to the left side with a right-handed thrower, but makes it hard on that quarterback to have to throw across his body. 4th down and 7, and they'll go for it again with 2:57 to go. One more 4th down stop here for the Dons. It'd be nice to finish this one off. All these Prairie players has got those wristbands on. Every one of them looked to see what play had been called. Scruggs Pitches, and the Dons are going to stop him again, and Hunter Roberts with a nice tackle as he brings down Lucas Moore and stops him on 4th down. And the Dons will get the ball back. 1st and 10. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. And all we're waiting on is the final score of this one here. Is the Dons are going to win their 3rd game here this fall. 36-14 right now is our score. Let's see who the Dons bring out for quarterback. We had Hunter Roberts out there last drive. I believe we got Littrell back out there this time. Handoff up the middle. Wyatt Kelly. And he picks up about 4 or 5 yards. Another good run. If you can get 4 or 5 yards every time, you're going to keep moving those chains and getting first downs. Dons have done a good job of that tonight.
36.
Yeah, got about 47 down to the almost 43. Got about 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Now we got Thompson as quarterback. He hands it off and run outside down the left side there, and a good run. Now, he may have fumbled that. Did he fumble that? Yeah, they did. He fumbled it. That was number 32 for the Dons, and that was Tristan LaRue, and he fumbled it, and East Prairie come up with it down around between the 25 and 30-yard line. Well, East Prairie will get at least one more possession here with 2 minutes to go. That was a good run, but couldn't hang on to the ball at the end of it. That's the 3rd turnover, I think, on the Dons tonight, I believe. The first 2 were run back for scores. That's the only 2 touchdowns that they have got were on fumble returns for touchdowns. And a rollout again. Almost a nice catch there, one-handed by the receiver, number 25, Raleigh Archie, but he couldn't quite haul it down. And again, they rolled out Scruggs to the left side, throwing back across his body. And the pass is just a little bit off. 2nd and 10, 1:57 to go now in the ball game. Scruggs hands it off, and I believe that's Archie again. And he picks up a couple. He tackled there by number 36 of the Dons. That is Wyatt Kelly. Clock running, 1:40 to play.
Picks up about 4 yards on play.
3rd down and 6 for East Prairie. Minute and a half to play. Jack Scruggs hands it off, and a tackle in the backfield. And getting there first is number 40 of the Dons, and that will be, I don't see a number 40 on here. Well, that was a good play. They tackled him in the backfield, but I don't have a number 40 on my list. 45 seconds to go. It's 4th down now and 8 for East Prairie. Well, one last time here, the Dons get a stop on 4th down. And a pitch out and a good tackle there. And that tackle is going to be by number 5. That is Alex Littrell, who's been quarterbacking all night. And that will turn the ball back over to the Dons as they come up about 5 yards short on 4th down. And now all the Dons got to do is run the clock out here as they lead 36-14 with 29 seconds to go. Now, next year when the varsity starts, we start doing the games, I'll try to be a little more prepared for the games, know a little bit more about the players and all that. This was kind of almost a last-minute thing to do a couple games here, but hopefully it'll help us out on what we're going to be doing next year. And ball handed off there by Thompson, and that might be the last play of the game here. We'll see if they got the play clock at 21, so they don't even have to run another play. So I think our final score is going to be 36-14 in favor of the Dons, and they will win their third game here in the fall over the East Prairie Eagles, 36-14. Dons score in every quarter but the third and win big here, 36-14 over East Prairie. Now I do want to say, give the Dons defense some credit because I said they did not give up a point. Both touchdowns were scored off of fumbles and returns for touchdowns by the Dons offense. And Dons offense, you got to give them a little credit too, scoring 36 points tonight. So good job by the Dons. The teams are shaking hands, and Doniphan will jump on that bus here in a little bit and head on a long trip back to Doniphan. But we appreciate everybody watching, and hopefully we'll next fall we'll get this thing underway for real. I mean, I know this is for real, but varsity. And hopefully we'll have some fun with that. So thank you for being with us. Dons win 36-14 over East Prairie.